Hello everyone, it's match day once again. This is the drive down preview. Well, I say drive down, more drive across today. I'm taking charge to give Mr. Lawler a bit of a break as he heads down the A1M. I'll be meeting him there along with Jonny. Really looking forward to this one. We had a great day at the City Ground last season and really good videos that night as well. It was the Friday night game, if you remember, and Isaac Brace saw us get a 2-1 win. Today might be a bit different. I hope not. But it's a tricky game, this. Newcastle have never beaten a side managed by Nuno Espirito Santo. That needs to change. And hopefully it can change today. Eddie Howe in his press conference yesterday confirmed that we won't have Anthony Gordon. He's picked up a slight knock, shouldn't keep him out for too long. Alex Isaac will be missing as well, although he's making good progress from his injury. However, today comes a bit too soon for him. And still no Joe Willock. And I wanted to make a couple of points about Joe Willock because I, for one, believe I think we're missing him the most of any sort of player that's been missing through injury this season, especially now with Joe Linton out for the season too. The midfield, which will play a big key part in this game, as it always does. Forest are sweating on Morgan Gibbs-White. Let's not forget that as well. But the midfield superb at Aston Villa. Absolutely fantastic. Individually, they're performing well, even against Luton. Sean Longstaff bagging a brace, absolutely fantastic for him. Lewis Miley continues to impress, playing like a guy well beyond just his 17 years. Individually, they're doing great, but as a unit, there's something lacking. Neither Longstaff nor Miley look totally comfortable on the left-hand side of the three, which is the position where Willock thrives, as does Joe Linton. We're really missing one like them pair, but the dynamism Willock shows, cast your minds back to earlier this season when we did have him, just what a performance he put in at Old Trafford in the League Cup win, bagging a goal that night too. We're really missing it. And I think another player, another area of the pitch that we're really missing Willock as well is obviously left back. Dan Burn coming under a bit of fire this week. Yes, it is a bit of an overreaction if you ask me, but I understand completely the argument to bring Livramento in. Completely understand that. Tino's been fantastic whenever he's been called upon this season, and deserves his chance, absolutely. The defence hasn't been the same, particularly of late, conceding as many goals this season as we did for the entirety of last season. So that will need to change next season. However, the point being, when Joe Linton and Joe Willock are on the left-hand side of that centre midfield, they will come across, when we're defending, they will come across to help Burnout. Akin to Gary Speed back in the day, 20 years ago. Laurent Robert notoriously would never get back to help poor Ollie Bernard. Gary Speed was the one who used to shift across and provide that extra support for the left back. That's what Willock and Joe Linton do, and I think we're really missing that. Like I say, individually the midfield are actually doing okay. I know Longstaff again is another one that could be made a bit of a scapegoat. I don't buy into it. Individually they're performing fine, but it's just as a unit there is something missing. I was talking to the members of the channel. Hit the join button if you're interested. 99p a month for extra content, about maybe in the league at least, maybe there's an argument to change the system a little bit. 4-2-3-1, give Bruno and Longstaff or Bruno and Miley or whatever chance, and then when Barnes is fully wound up. I'm not expecting him to start today. I think Wilson will start up top, and I think it'll be Murphy and Miggy again. But, you know, when Barnes is fully wound up, made a fantastic impact off the bench against Luton, we could have Wilson or Isaac up front when Alex Isaac's fit, or even the both of them. Play Isaac just off Wilson, and then Barnes, Gordon, whatever on the wings, in a 4-2-3-1. That's an option. I did say, however, that Willock's not far off and should be back this month. So that would be a huge positive. Elliot Anderson is getting there slowly as well. Willock hasn't trained yet with the group, but his rehab is coming to an end, so he'll be back on the grass, back out with the lads on the training ground very soon, because I think we'll miss him. Forest, look, they embarrassed us on Boxing Day. Embarrassed us. Chris Wood hat-trick. Didn't rub it in our faces, Chris Wood, because I think he's got fond memories of the North East, and I think when he joined Newcastle, he came into it with his eyes wide open. He knew he wasn't going to be the long-term solution at St James's Park. That was obvious. But he did his job with distinction, got us some important goals, wasn't prolific, was never going to be, and was great. But he should not be scoring a hat-trick at St James's Park, no matter what team he's playing for. Let's face it. We need to put right that wrong. We really do. Hopefully, I live in hope. The monkey off our back to an extent with our away record, which on paper is still pretty meagre. However, the win in the Cup at Fulham, the win at Aston Villa, it should breed a bit of confidence. There's some great content come from the club this week as well, with the lads back on the training ground. The fixture list congestion has eased, and we're more or less back to one game a week now. Apart from obviously Blackburn in the Cup coming up at the end of this month. So I live in hope. I'm going for a 2-0 win. Clean sheet will do the defence a world of good. Get your comments in, get your predictions in, get your lineup predictions in. Let me know how you feel about today's game. We'll have all the post-match content as per outside the City ground later on tonight. Away the lads. Keep fingers crossed. Stay tuned to Newcastle Fans TV.